Hi, my name is Akankshya Upadhyay and I am your English instructor. In today's class, we will be solving the reading test portion of Unit 5, which is criticizing and expressing degrees of probability. Let's begin. In this section, we have a very beautiful poem written by James Stephens. So let's begin the class by reading this poem. The title of the poem is The Rivals. I heard a bird at dawn singing sweetly on a tree, that the dew was on the lawn and the wind was on the lea. But I didn't listen to him, for he didn't sing for me. I didn't listen to him, for he didn't sing for to me, that the dew was on the lawn and the wind was on the lea. I was singing at the time, just as prettily as he. I was singing at the time, just as prettily as he. I was singing at the time, as prettily as he, about the dew upon the lawn and the wind upon the lea. So I didn't listen to him as he sang upon the tree. This poem explains about the competition between the poet and the bird on singing a song. And we know that they are singing about the dew that was on the lawn and the wind that was on the lea. Now let's begin with the exercise portion. Now let's match the phrases under column A with the phrases under column B. First, we have the speaker and the bird were, and the options are didn't listen to the bird. So the speaker and the bird can't listen to the bird at the same time. The speaker and the bird were didn't listen to the bird does not make any sense. The speaker and the bird were on the lea. This makes sense, it's correct grammatically, but we don't know any instance that the speaker and the bird were on the lea. The speaker and the bird were not on the lawn either. However, the speaker and the bird were both singing at the same time. This is true because we know that the speaker was singing as prettily as the bird was singing. So we know that speaker and the bird were singing at the same time. So we match it. Here we write A. Next we have the song was. The song was didn't listen to the bird. It does not make any sense. The song was on the lea or the song was on the lawn does not make any sense too. But we definitely know that the song was about the dew and the wind. So here we match it. Next we have the speaker was. So the speaker was didn't listen to the bird, or we don't know. The speaker was didn't listen to the bird. This does not make any sense. Neither this sentence is correct grammatically, nor this sentence has any meaning. And the speaker was on the law or on the lea. We don't know any instance as such, but we definitely know that the speaker was competing with the bird because they were singing at the same time. And the speaker also mentions that he was singing as prettily as the bird, so we can feel the sense of competition here. Next we have there was wind. So now we have a line in the poem which reads, and the wind was on the lea. Now we know that there was wind on the lea. So here we mark it. And the dew was on the lawn. So this is also in the first paragraph, which reads that the dew was on the lawn. So here we match it. And finally, the speaker didn't listen to the bird makes absolute sense. So the first phrase under column B matches with the last phrase under column A. And here we are done with the match the phrases. Next we have to find the word as suggested in the brackets. The first word is dusk. And we need to find the antonym for dusk. Now we need to know that antonym is a word that's opposite to a word, so having an opposite meaning, whereas synonym is something which has same meaning. So two words having same meaning is a synonym, while two words having different meanings or opposite meanings is the antonym. Here we know that dusk means evening, and the word opposite to dusk, that's evening, should be daylight for sure. And we have the word in the first sentence itself. I heard a bird at dawn. So dawn means daylight. So dawn is the answer for dusk, for the antonyms of dusk. Next, we have to find the synonym for breeze. As I said earlier, synonym is something that means the same. So another word that has the same meaning as breeze does. So that's definitely wind, because breeze means wind. Next, we have the word horribly. So this means really bad. And the opposite for horribly could be sweetly. Sweetly means gentle, and it pleases our ears. However, horribly is something bad. So the antonym for horribly could be sweetly. And finally, we have on. And we need to find the synonym for on. On usually means something in contact. So we can have upon as the synonym of on. We have upon in the phrase, and the wind upon the lea. So the bird is singing about the wind upon the lea, which can mean that the bird is singing about the wind on the lea. So these mean same. So these two words have same meanings. Next, we have to find the rhyming words, and this is my personal favorite, so I love doing this. So here we need to find the rhyming words. The first one is tree. So what can be the rhyming word for tree? Let's read the poem once again. I heard a bird at dawn singing sweetly on a tree, that the dew was on the lawn and the wind was on the lea. So we have lea as a rhyming word for tree. Next, we have dawn. So for dawn, I heard a bird at dawn singing sweetly on a tree, that the dew was on the lawn. So dawn and lawn rhyme each other. And finally, we have me. So Lee is also a rhyming word for me. Or he can also rhyme me, he and me. So we're done with this part too. Next, we have to state whether the sentences are true or false. So we need to state if the sentences are true or false. There are 5 sentences and we need to state if these are true or false. The first statement is, the competition took place in the morning time. This is false, because the competition took place at dawn, and dawn means daylight, so it must be during the daytime. Next we have, the speaker was singing much more beautifully than the bird. This is also false, because the speaker explicitly mentions that he was singing as prettily as the bird. So it does not mean that the speaker was singing much more beautifully than the bird. Next we have, both of them were singing the same song. True. In the last verse of the poem, we read that the poet says, as prettily as he about the dew upon the lawn and the wind upon the lea, so I didn't listen to him as he sang upon the tree. So this verse mentions that the poet was singing the same song that the bird was singing. Next we have, the birds sing for us, but the bird in the poem was not singing for the speaker. So this is true. The poet mentions that he did not listen to the bird because the bird was not singing for him. Rather, the bird was singing upon the trees. So we know that this statement is true. And finally, we have, the speaker didn't listen to the bird, but the bird listened to him. So this is true. We know that the speaker didn't listen to the bird because he explicitly mentions in the poem that I didn't listen to him because he was not singing the song for me. However, the bird must have heard the speaker singing because he does not mention anything about the bird not listening to him. And here we are done with the third portion too. Now finally, we have to answer the questions. The first question is, what were the bird and the speaker singing about? And the answer is, the bird and the speaker were singing about the dew on the lawn and wind on the lea. The next question is, give 2 reasons why the speaker didn't listen to the bird. And the answer is, the speaker didn't listen to the bird as 1. The bird didn't sing for him, and 2. The bird sang upon the tree. Next we have, when did the competition take place? And the answer is, the competition took place at dawn or the daylight. Next we have another simple question. Where was the bird singing from? And the answer is, the bird was singing from a tree. Next we have, according to the poem, where was the wind? And the answer is, the wind was on the lea, an open area of grassy land according to the poem. So lea is an open area of grassy land. Next, the question is, who was singing more sweetly, the poet or the bird? And the answer is, the bird was singing sweetly on a tree, however both the poet and the bird were singing prettily. So here we've come to the end of our class. Now the homework for you in today's class is to interpret the poem in 5 sentences. Go through the poem once again and then write what you feel about the poem in 5 sentences. So this is all for today's class. If you have any questions, any suggestions, or anything that you wish to share with us, please feel free to write to us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thanks for watching.